How's it going, proofers? Welcome back to the proof room. With the holiday seasons coming up, I couldn't figure out a better way than to show my gratitude to all my family and friends than make them a homemade craft apple pie moonshine. Now, like I said in the intro, guys, this weekend I have some family coming up from Chicago and we are having a little Christmas party. I'm gonna make some apple pie moonshine and I'm gonna go over kind of some of the stuff that you need to do this. 1 gallon of apple juice, 1 gallon of apple cider, 2 cups granulated table sugar, 2 cups brown sugar, you can use light or dark, some cinnamon sticks, and a pot to boil everything in. So let's get started. Alright guys, now as I said, I have 1 gallon of apple cider, 1 gallon of apple juice, some cinnamon sticks, some brown sugar, some granulated table sugar, and about 2.5 quarts of all grain high quality moonshine. How we're going to start this off is put some of our apple cider or our apple juice into a pot with our sugar and start cooking it down. Alright guys, so let's get started here. Today I'm using just a standard brew pot. It's 8.5 gallons, Brewmasters. These pots are super cheap. I bought this one off of morebeer.com. It's been a great pot. I've owned it for years. This is where I kind of started out, was brewing beer. So this pot's really come in handy and I really enjoy using it. Plus the wife kind of gets a little upset if I start using her nice cooking pots for stuff like this. So what I'm going to do here is set this on the stove and get it heating up. And I'm going to pour in about half my apple juice. Alright, so as you can see, I added about half my apple juice. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw in 6 cinnamon sticks. I have a few of these. I plan on doing some more recipes, maybe some wine, and a few other things, some apple cider, hard apple cider. So I'm going to save some of these cinnamon sticks. But this recipe will call for 6. Get this thing open here. Yeah, and there's exactly 6. I'm going to go ahead and save that container. You never know what I might use it for. Pot's kind of shifting around here. I usually use this on a gas burner, so it doesn't really give me this problem. But I think what I'm going to do is try to find something to stick underneath of it here. Alright guys, I got my pot to stop shaking here. A little trick, I just stuck some spoons underneath of it, just away from the burner as far as I could. And I'm just going to let this thing heat up. And then while I'm doing that, just kind of let this thing go. I'm going to measure out my sugar, get that added in a bowl. And as you can see, I just kind of got it in a bowl here. Our pot is starting to get hot. I'm going to go ahead and add this in. and just stir it up until it dissolves. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and let this simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. Let that cinnamon open up, let it kind of get in all the juice that we have in here. Once that time is over, we'll come back and I'll go through the next step. Now you don't have to do this. I happen to have these on hand and I need to use them up. This is just some dried cherries. I'm going to stick in this pot and kind of let them simmer with cinnamon sticks. Alright guys, now I let this go for about 20 minutes. You can smell the aroma in here. It just smells like someone's baking a homemade apple pie here. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. And remove my spoons here. Keep it balanced. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and pour in the rest of my cold ingredients. Now, I don't know if you can see the condensation on the jug here, but I went ahead and I left this out in my garage for, I don't know, I'd say a couple of days, enough for it to get real cold. And I'll show you here in a few minutes why that's a great idea. I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. Alright, now our gallon of apple cider, and I'm going to be real careful with this. And I don't know if you guys can see the sludge that's in the bottom of that, but that's from cold crashing. And I'm going to try not to pour in all of that sludge, because once you pour it in, you can't get it back out. And I want all the flavor of the apple cider, but I want to try to leave some of that stuff that's going to plug up our filter at the end of this process out. Alright, and you can see in the bottom of that there that is just pure sludge, and I'm going to try to keep that out of our mixture here. And I'm going to give this a quick stir. See what we're feeling here? Yeah. Alright, now the bonus to doing it this way and dissolving your sugar first and then adding everything else is that it's kind of like when you do a sugar shine. You don't have to let it all cool overnight. Now I can add my alcohol straight from here if I wanted to, and that's what we're going to do here. But before we do that, this is really sweet, and I don't mind sweet, but to kind of straighten that out, I'm going to add about a half of this jug of cranberry juice. And it's kind of a drier flavor, so it'll kind of even out that sweetness. All right, now we can add our alcohol. I got about, I'd say just a little over 2.5 quarts of 180 proof sugar shine here. If you want to know how to make this stuff or how I did it, go ahead and click the link above. I'll put a card up there for you guys, and it'll bring you to the video where I show you how to do this. So we're gonna go ahead and put this one in. Whew, you can smell that alcohol in there. Alright, let's put one more in here. And now that's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes, and I'm going to get the filter and the funnel and try to get some of this stuff out, and we'll be right back. I got my pot elevated here so you guys can see it, and what we got here is just a standard strainer, stainless steel funnel, and our jars. And we're gonna just strain this in, and the only reason why we're using a strainer is just to make sure we don't get any big chunks. Alright guys, now the next step to this, now that I've got it all in jars, is to add the leftover cinnamon sticks. Now I have 8 jars here. I'm going to go ahead and add 1 full cinnamon stick to each half-gallon jar. And then I'm going to break these in half and do these 4. Guys, now we're just gonna cap this up. Now this recipe, guys, I changed it a little bit from the beginning. I added some fresh cherries, or some dried cherries, to the pot, and I also put a little cranberry juice in it. These things are optional. I've made this a lot of times. I change it all the time. Sometimes I use sugar, sometimes I use honey if it's in season, and I can get fresh honey. That really is the best way to go. Being this time of year in December, it's hard to find fresh honey where I'm at, and so I substitute sugar in. I got about almost 3 gallons, or almost 3 gallons out of it today. And this is kind of our test jar. I'll tell you what, man, ice cold, I don't think there's anything better than this. I'm gonna go ahead and take a drink here. And it's tasty. It's a little hot yet. As far as the burn, it's got a little bit of boozy on the nose. As this chills, it'll mellow out quite a bit, and by this weekend it'll be fantastic. I mean, everybody will love it. I've never had anybody that tried it that said they didn't like it. And like I said, that cranberry juice really mellows out all the sugar you put in it, kind of dries it out just a little bit so it doesn't give you as bad a gut rot. Man, I don't think I've done a better job than this. It's really tasty. I better put that away. Alright guys, if you liked the video today, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see some more content. Smash that like button. Hit the little bell icon. Leave a comment if you guys want to see me do something different. If you have a different variation of this recipe, leave it in the comments below. Let me know. If you want to see some other recipes, maybe some cherry, or whatever else you guys want to see, let me know. I'll do the best I can. As always, guys, keep shining. Have an awesome week.